stuck there. So I again, to repeat the story, I got a voicemail on my phone. I got a voicemail on my phone, and the voicemail said, "Yes, this is from Community Bank, and we have a problem. You have to call us back, and if you do not call us back, we will have to make a decision without your input. So you better call us back immediately at this phone number." Using my real name, Mr. Smith, Mr. Braxman, Mr. Braxman. Okay? No, Russian. Hey, Indian. That alone is a clue. Indian. Okay? Should be a clue right there. So it was somebody with an Indian accent, obviously reading a Zucking script. It was a script. Okay, and then I got two of them in the last few days. There was another one. Both said Community Bank. And I said to myself, "Zuck you Zucking idiots. What Zucking Community Bank do you speak of?" Okay? I have to do no business with any community bank. I live in a big city. There's no community bank here. Okay? And I don't have any credit card from any Zucking Community Bank. It's like I don't owe any money to Zucking Community Bank, and I hardly have any credit cards. So Zuck you, Mother Zucker. But why did they get my name and my phone number? And that's why I said they probably got it from Equifax. The Equifax hack. So they probably got it from Equifax, and from that they just started calling people. They probably have your name, your phone number, your address, and likely even your social security number. And this will let you believe, because this is a spear phishing attack, meaning you're already pre-doxed. They already doxed you before they call you. Okay, this is my thinking, because it's no good that my stream is lagging in call pairs, so I ask the boss of them. I'm not sure I understood that. You gotta like type slowly, Gil Ribner. It's like I'm not sure I understood that. Do even talk to you scammers. Oh my God, I might have fallen for it. Did you fall for it, Sassy McBobs? Oh my gosh. That's called spear phishing. Because when you get a call that is very targeted with your name on it, you're likely to respond, and you're likely to call them back, and they'll start asking you questions. And I haven't tried this. Hello, unknown person. If they call you and they want something, I wonder what it is they want. Maybe they want, because they have your name, so they may have a credit card number as well. So maybe they want the 4-digit PIN. Maybe they want the expiration date, something, so they can use it. Okay. Okay. Hello, Alan. They really try to get into your head by doxing you. So this is pre-doxing. Okay, so anyway, somebody basically got that information, and that a spear phishing attack where you're being scammed with information that they already know about you by pre-doxing you, which is connected to last night's scope, is hello, Rob. So if you combine it with doxing, then it's a lot more effective, and I would bet they got a lot of calls from that. So they do the numbers, and it's pretty effective marketing call, because they can Zucking scare you. But I'm not Zucking scared. The reason I'm not Zucking scared, because it's BS. Even the IRS doesn't call you. Okay, even the IRS doesn't call you. Nobody calls you. So if I have a problem, I'm gonna get some official notification. And since I don't really use credit, so that's a count against them. I don't use credit, so I don't really care. So obviously it's fake, and I don't owe anyone anything. So obviously that's fake. So whatever the reason is, it's a waste of time. Now the problem is, you were scammed for $2.99 and you weren't even home. The problem is now you have this fear. You have this fear of being scammed, and you also have the fear of identity theft, and because of this kinds of calls that you get, this triggers a fear, and you say, I want to be protected from this. I want to be protected from this. And so you start looking at the internet for identity theft solutions. Okay? Identity theft. So my title is identity theft. So some of you are going to look at the internet. If you're not watching my scope, you're going to go to the internet and search for identity theft. Identity theft is widely searched for on YouTube. So identity theft is going to be searched for, and then they're going to give you solutions. And here's the fucking problem, folks. The solutions on the fucking internet and on YouTube, the solutions are scams. The solutions are scams themselves, and they're by legit companies. We're going to talk about the zucking scams. We're going to talk about the zucking scams, okay? So this famous company that is so well known for scamming us on everything under the sun, okay? The same company, let me just tell you about this company that just scams you constantly, and we'll go back to our old naming convention, okay? This company that scams you, they're going to scam you with a identity theft solution by telling you to subscribe to LoveLock. This LoveLock is owned by Romantech. Romantech owns the Very True Signing people, which is a business they lost already because they scammed you. And they also own the Blue Suit people. Okay? And they also sell this product. It's called Morton Salt Antivirus. You've never heard of LoveLock? You've never heard of LoveLock? You've never heard of Morton Salt Antivirus, the most popular antivirus there is? Okay, Kim. Hi and bye. Okay, watch the replay, Kim. Thank you for coming by. Okay, you've never heard of Morton Salt Antivirus? Come on, people. You gotta have known about Morton Salt Antivirus, which is a scam also. Okay? So let me just tell you about this company again. Okay, this company is called Romantech. Say no to LoveLock and no to Morton Salt. And I don't know what you're talking about, Salvatore. I don't know what you're talking about, Sassy McBobs. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about LoveLock. Owned by Romantech. And they make Morton Salt Antivirus. Okay? Morton Salt Antivirus. Okay? And they also make, they used to make, before they were banned, they used to make SSL certificates. In fact, they were the #1 creator of, supplier of SSL certificates for your websites through a company they call the Very True Signing people. Okay? And so, back in the old days, it was just one company called Romantech. And Romantech was very romantic. Romantech said, we're going to buy this product. It's called Morton Salt Antivirus. Okay? So they bought the company Morton Salt Antivirus. That's the original company, Romantech. They bought Morton Salt Antivirus, which was very successful. Okay? Very successful. And then they said, okay, we'll expand our company. And the way they're going to expand it is we're going to buy the #1 supplier of SSL certificates on the internet, which I referred to as the Very True Signing people. The Very True Signing people. Okay? So the Very True Signing people also, so that's the original Romantech company. And then they said, oh, we need to expand our market. You see, you know, we do SSL certificates, which are meant to protect you, right? By encrypting your web traffic with SSL certificates. That's what that's for. Encrypts your HTTPS traffic. And then we also provide an antivirus called Morton Salt that protects you on the internet so that you will be safe, okay? So you get protected by that. Well, you know what? That's not good enough. We need to complete the circle of cybersecurity, but by providing a service that can spy on people on the internet. And let's sell this service to governments, to corporations, and it's meant to spy on you on HTTPS. Even if you're on HTTPS, allow them to spy on your traffic so they can see what you're saying. This is very helpful for dictators in government, corporations that want to see what traffic is and want to see what you're posting on Facebook during office hours, and corporations, countries like some dictatorship, or maybe like a Venezuela, where somebody wants to see what you're saying on the internet so they can go arrest you if you say something about the internet. So they said, let's team up with this company that's been known to actually supply this hardware. It's called the man-in-the-middle hardware, MITM, man-in-the-middle hardware, meaning spy hardware. So instead of saying we'll just stick to protecting you, let's put this company in and let's buy this company. This company is called the Blue Suit People. Okay, so the Blue Suit People company became part of Romantech. Then the Romantech company then said, well, that's not enough. Let's since we have the full circle, we have the bad guys, we have the good guys. Now let's put some insurance in here to really like trick them completely. So they said let's add this new product. It's called LoveLock, and LoveLock says if you have identity theft, we're going to go supply you with a solution for identity theft by having you subscribe to LoveLock for $9.99 a month, and you can subscribe to LoveLock. So many of you who were hacked with Equifax and all these different hacks that happened, where your identity is now out in the open, and somebody is using this data to make these scam phone calls and whatever, and make you fear identity theft. So guess what they do? They then go to Equifax and to your bank and say, hey, to limit your liability on saying that you didn't do anything when they hacked you. Hey, Equifax, you're gonna look really bad if you don't do anything when they hack you. So you need to do something. So this is what you should do, LoveLock. This is what you should do, LoveLock. This is what you should do, Equifax. Why don't you offer them LoveLock for free? Why don't you pay Equifax? You pay for LoveLock. You pay for LoveLock and offer it to free for everyone, and for 1 year. And that way, then you're covered, because you can say, "Hey, we were trying to protect you, and so we got you some LoveLock." Okay. Now, it's like scam after scam. You're not only being scammed with identity theft, then they're scamming you with solutions for identity theft. Because what the zuck is a LoveLock supposed to do for you? Okay. What the zuck is LoveLock supposed to do for you? That's the biggest scam I have ever heard of. Okay. So LoveLock, this is the LoveLock scheme now. You buy LoveLock for $9.99 a month. $9.99 a month, and they will say, well, they will monitor your credit report. So they'll send you some alerts. They'll probably email you if there's some unusual or credit actions on your credit report, like new items. Okay, they will email you that. And then if you get into trouble where somebody had stole your identity, then they will cover you for $1,000. If somebody charges you something, they'll cover you for that. They don't offer a VPN actually, yes, they're offering a Morton Salt VPN, I believe. Yeah, they started doing that. Morton Salt VPN. Wow, the scam is complete. Okay, can you imagine doing a Morton Salt VPN and the VPN is passing through the Blue Suit People? Okay, so, yep. Talk about scam. Okay. Talk about scam. If you want to go complete the scam, then the VPN will be the complete part of the scam, because they lost part of the business now. The very true signing people. Let me. Have you ever tongue punched a man dumper? What the zuck does that mean, Mary T? Have you ever tongue punched a man dumper? Okay. Okay. So, this is a very dangerous company. Romantic is a very dangerous company. You know, they have billions, so it's obviously one of the bigger tech companies out there. So I'll just refer to them as Romantech. But let me just tell you, if you want to know the name of the company that I'm talking about, it's in my video on HTTPS. There's a video on HTTPS on YouTube, and if you want to hear me say it openly, then it's on HTTPS video where I state it directly. But here I'm not, because what will happen is the bad guys will when they hear your company is stated in the video, look in the internet, and if you look at anything that has anything to do about the Lovelock scam, they're all downvoted like crazy. That means that they're downvoted like crazy. Okay, let me tell you this again. This is part of the scam here, folks. The Lovelock scam. Okay, if you say anything bad about Lovelock, they have a team of shills come into your broadcast, or to your YouTube video, and they start downvoting it. That's part of the scheme to go look at the internet for anything that says anything negative about Lovelock. They will try to cover it up. Okay, I have absolute knowledge of the fact that the social media reviews of Lovelock are fake. The social media reviews of Lovelock are fake. They're done by college students. The reviews on social media from Lovelock are from college students they hire to do the zucking review, and they get paid some amount of money per review. Okay, so I don't know what they pay them, I forget, but they pay you money and say do some reviews on all the social media about Lovelock. Okay, Dice, are you legit, Dice? If you're legit, you better watch the video on VPNs on my YouTube, because it should be obvious when you watch the video. Okay, NordVPN will zuck you crazy. That happens all the time. Okay, so yeah, if you want to use NordVPN and you will be zucked in more ways than you can believe, go watch my video on actually it's on the BytesVPN website. So just go to the BytesVPN website. The video's there. So it's linked to YouTube. So if you go there, just watch the video and you tell me. Okay, paid reviews. Yes, Alan, that's paid reviews is very common. The problem is this company is entirely built on a scam. Okay, the company is built entirely on a scam. Why do you? It's more than that, Salvatore. There's like many reasons. It's just there's a reason why I made my own VPN. It's because of issues like that. And NordVPN particularly is non-US servers. Their servers are outside of the US, so that means they're all targets of the National Zucking Agency and CIA. Okay, because they're not protected by the Fourth Amendment, being outside of the US. Okay, they're not protected by the Fourth Amendment, meaning people will try to hack those servers constantly, since they do not have any protection afforded us. When a server is in the United States, we get something called, a warrant before somebody touches your server. They need a warrant. If you're on NordVPN, they don't need a zucking warrant. So go ahead, go to NordVPN. It's the #1 VPN out there that will zuck you big time. That's not the only reason. There's so many other bad reasons. But if you want to do that, go ahead, go to NordVPN, but you will be zucked. Okay? That's the worst one to get zucked with. Okay? And I used to be on PIA, and I said, zuck this PIA because it's zucking me every day. And so I said, I've had enough of this. So I made my own VPN because of it. Okay, so back to, there's more reasons. It's on the video. There were 5 reasons. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. So if you have an identity theft problem, or if Equifax gets hacked and they said we're gonna offer you free credit monitoring and LoveLock, what the zuck are you actually getting? What the zuck are you actually getting? So you're willing to pay $9.99 a month for what? You're getting $9.99 a month. And what are you getting for $9.99 a month? I'm going to tell you what. You get nothing for $9.99 a month, because what the zuck are you afraid of if you have identity theft? What are they going to do to you if they say, well, we have charges on your account, and it's in your name, and so you better pay for this. So I will then dispute it, and I tell the credit agency, I dispute that. That is not my charges. I call up the credit card company and say, I dispute that, and those are not my charges. End of story. End of story. Okay, there's nothing you have to do. If you are on LoveLock, they still have to call them and say, yes, I dispute the following charges. You have to be specific and tell them anyway, instead of calling LoveLock, which you just paid $9.99 a month. What the fuck did they do for you that you can't do yourself by calling the same credit card companies and tell them the same thing? I dispute those charges. End of story. That's it. But we'll cover you for $1,000 for if they charge you something. They're not going to fucking charge me. I'll just dispute it, and I say, fuck you. Those are not mine. I'm going to put an entry in my credit report. That is not mine. That is fake. That's identity theft. End of story. Now, can LoveLock prevent identity theft? No. So what is LoveLock actually going to do? Can they prevent it? What can LoveLock actually prevent? Nothing. What is it for? I have no fucking idea what it's for. It's a way to scam you with the word identity theft and some money that you pay so that they get sold for multiple billions of dollars. I think they got sold for $2 billion on a scam. $2 billion. Romantic paid $2 billion for LoveLock. And created a brand new scam, an even bigger one. And they say, hey, if you get hacked, if your database gets hacked, why don't you offer them LoveLock and Morton Salt antivirus? So they can offer two products now. Hey, we'll offer you Morton Salt and antivirus and LoveLock, and you will feel safer. Watch my video on antivirus. Because as you already know, an antivirus isn't going to protect you against any zucking hack. Okay, hacks. If you're, let's say that you're using Flash, Adobe Flash, and it has a fault in there, a 0-day. Let's say there's a 0-day fault on Adobe Flash. Is your antivirus going to protect you from that? No. No. It's not going to protect you against anything. So you now load your Morton Salt, makes you feel better. Oh, we caught some stupid little viruses of no significance. But the significant ones is the one where they actually attack your computer because you have some old version of Flash on there, or some old version of Java, or whatever the hack is, and you don't know anything about that, then you're zucked. Okay? So that's the reality is we are being scammed, and the solution is a scam too. So it's like, scam after scam after scam. Fed needs to shut down LoveLock. So let me just tell you something. What is actually the way? So you want to know how to protect yourself from identity theft and all this. We can't really do anything to identity theft if the hack happens to like Equifax. I mean, that's gonna, that globally zucked us all. So I'm sure I'm zucked just as well as you are with Equifax. And your brain is the next best solution. Yes, Salvatore. Okay, so Equifax zucked us by, by getting hacked, and all of our data now leaked out to a bunch of hackers. Okay, so how do we protect against that? Well, we can't do anything about the Equifax hack. We should pass a law. No, we should actually sue Equifax and say, zuck you, Equifax. You zucked up, the lives of millions and millions, hundreds of millions of Americans with your zucking hack. Okay? You zucked us. So now what do we do about that? There's actually nothing you can do now with the Equifax thing. What else can you do? Change your social security number? What are you going to do? Change your address, social security number, so that the information there is not up to date? If you move and change your phone number, I guess that may cause a mismatch in the Equifax hack data. So maybe you're gone from that. But really, it's a fault of Equifax. And for Equifax to say, I'm going to offer you LoveLock and Morton Salt antivirus for your to compensate, that is not a zucking compensation. That means you're scamming us again. So from one scam to another scam, it doesn't solve anything. If you want to protect your internet privacy beyond being zucked by Equifax, then you have to follow the stuff that I talk about not getting doxxed. Because if you can stop yourself from getting doxxed, then automatically you can stop a lot of the information from leaking out there, that identity scammers, and you're scamming me with that picture. I am scamming you with that picture, but don't zuck and complain. Renounce your citizenship and move to another country where you can get scammed again. Move to another country with better scamming. So something about freezing, I'll tell you about that. Okay, John, well, I'll tell you about that. Okay, so the first question is LoveLock. LoveLock cannot protect you from identity theft. Identity theft can happen by you protecting yourself. This is the problem I've always said. This is the problem I've said about internet privacy and internet security over and over, that no one will protect you. You can't come in here and say, I don't really like, where's Slonky's here. How are you doing, Slonky? Slonky was, like saying yesterday, he didn't care about a lot of this. And I think he heard a little bit that it's not so simple. But the problem is identity theft and basic internet security, internet privacy. It's not something that's given to you. You don't get internet security and privacy because it's your right. As far as the internet is concerned, you have no rights. The rights are all favoring Zuck. Only Zuck has rights. Zuck has rights to steal your data because he gave you a terms of service that says, if you use my app, if you use my product, and we're going to give you all these features for free, but in order to use this, we will zuck you up. And you said, okay, that is so cool. You can zuck me up all you want. Zuck, you're a nice guy. You're such a nice guy. You just gave us everything. You gave us, all this fun, great apps, and I can talk to I can talk to all of my members of my family, put my pictures in there, and share and comment on politics and all that. It's fantastic, Zuck. You're like a great guy. And then Zuck says, yes, and for that, I get to do the things that I told you on my terms of service. And you said, that's cool, man. I haven't read your terms of service, but I don't think it matters. You're pretty cool, guy. Okay, Zuck. We're good, Zuck. We're good. Okay, so that's Zuck for you. So, privacy, security, and protecting yourself from identity theft does not happen by default. It doesn't happen by default. Unfortunately, guys, the reason I'm here is to tell you that privacy and security has to be fought for. You have to fight for it. It's not going to be given to you. If you're on the internet, they try at every zucking moment to take your information. They will take it every way they can. I'll give you an example of how people just don't think about how their private information is being taken for identity theft. I'm going to give you one example. Okay? This is a solid example of how easy it is to do identity theft. This is not even 1984. This is today. You know, it's just trying to get you for get you with identity theft. So, do any of you, you know, have an accountant? Any of you have an accountant? Any of you have an accountant that does your taxes? Anybody dealing with an accountant? Type a 1 if you're dealing with an accountant during tax season. Anyone with an accountant? Nobody has an accountant. Well, I have one. I deal with an accountant. Okay? Type a 1 if you have an accountant. Okay, so, you know, I'm going to type a 1 too. I have an accountant. Okay? So, I know an accountant, but I don't make enough money to hire an accountant. Okay, so you don't have to make much money, but, you know, if you go to an accountant for help, then you're dealing with an accountant. I don't. Should I? That doesn't matter, Alan. That's not the question. I deal with an accountant. I have an accountant. Okay? Rob? Yes, Gil? Google Plus what? You have to... Gil, we can't... You got to talk in a way that's understandable. I don't understand what you're saying most of the time. The TOS is so complex, one needs to have a law degree to understand exactly the point. They do that intentionally. Okay, so if you deal with any organization, including AARP or anyone, an accountant or a tax service that does your taxes for you, I can't believe that out of the people here, no one but a couple of you have an accountant. That just doesn't sound right. Okay, so you do your own taxes. Okay, anyone sending paperwork to colleges, for example, where they say give us information on, you know, how much money you make because you're going to apply for you know, FAFSA forms, and you're going to apply for student loans and such. Okay, any one of you do that? So you have to go fill out the forms and put all the income and your social security number and all that on the sucking form. Okay, so all of this happened, and the ingredients for identity theft are your name, your address, your social security number, and actually that's it. Name, address, social security number. That's enough for identity theft right there. Name, address, social security number. Okay, so if I have that, I can do identity theft. You have an accountant. So name, address. How are you doing, Diane? Name, address, and social security number, and now you're zucked. Okay, now, very, very common thing is you email your tax returns or your forms to the university, to your accountant. Okay? No, Alan, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, how do they get your tax data? Many of you will email it. Many I have in Google Plus. What do you have in Google Plus? Date of birth. So many people put this on social media in the year. Oh my gosh, Diane, isn't that pretty crazy? If you put on Google Plus or anywhere on the internet what your name is, real name, and your birth date, then all they need is a social security number. Yeah. So if they found your name on a form, and they found your name on a form, like you filled out some college FAFSA form of some sort, and then you put in your social security number. Now they can just go to the internet and get your address and your birth date, because many of you will do that, and then you will be really zucked, because those are the ingredients of identity theft. This is how identity theft happens, folks. I'm going to give you an example so you understand how simple this happens. Okay. So identity theft happens by going to a department store typically. So anybody here, did I lose connection? it became quiet all of a sudden here. Can somebody, show me that you exist? Put a comment or a heart or something, or there you go. Okay. Okay. So now let me tell you how they do identity theft. So if I have your name, your social security number, your birth date, and your address, okay, and I'm gonna have that with me, and I may make a fake ID card with that, which is pretty easy to make. Okay, you just print it. Print one. Go to your printer, make a nice colored one, and then print it out and laminate it, and there you have your driver's license. Okay, so to a scammer, that's no big deal. You copy a driver's license, and no one's going to look for it and say, oh, this looks like it's all legit. They're not going to care. You're going to look at the driver's license and say, yeah. Okay, then you're going to go to Macy's, or you're going to go to Bloomingdale's or some of these shops, and you say, okay, let me apply for a credit card from Macy's. So you go to Macy's, and they say, okay, would you like a credit card, sir? Yes. Yeah, sure, I'll get a Macy's credit card. Okay, just fill out this form, put your name and address, and how much money you make. So you fill it out, then you put the social security number and all that. And the scammer has all that information. They submit it to the electronic, screener. The screener will pass it through the Equifax and whatever, and it will come back and say, oh yeah, good credit. You're done. They give you the credit card. And then say, great, now I'm going to go buy a lot of stuff today. So today you go around and go spend the money and start buying things today. Tomorrow you throw away the credit card. So now everything you just bought, I'm going to buy some appliances. I'm going to buy whatever I'm going to buy from Macy's. I'm going to buy clothes. I'm going to buy jewelry. I'm going to buy whatever. No, they give you temporary cards, Sam, right on the spot. They give you a temporary card right on the spot. Okay, so then you're hit with the transaction now, because whatever that person bought is now under your name, and you've just been hit. Okay, always problems when I'm here. Okay, so that's how a identity theft happens. So when that happens, you go dispute the credit card. Say, I didn't apply for that. Okay, I didn't apply for that. Somebody did that. It's not me. Do you have a picture of me applying for that credit card? Of course they don't. They're not going to go argue with you. They're not going to go argue with you, because you can only do this so many times. So then you say, okay, then I guess it's our fault, and we'll wipe off the credit card, the debt, and so on, and clear your credit. So there's nothing you can do at that moment to just do a quick fix. There's no quick fix for that. Yeah, they have no quick fix for it. Whether you're on LoveLock or any other identity theft solution, there is no solution once it happens. There's no solutions when it happens. So don't rely on any one of those products, the LoveLocks of the world and whatever equivalent there is for identity theft protection. None of those are actually going to do it for protection. There's actually only one way to protect yourself, and it's actually quite easy. Okay? It's actually easy to do a protection. It's the only thing is that just like anything else, it means a little bit of work, but it's guaranteed not to suck you. And how easy it is. It's very easy. You go search for something called Lock Your Credit Report, and you will actually be directed to the to a government website. It will point you to a government website with the website of each of the credit companies. Well, they will give you an annual credit report for free, and you can lock your credit. What locking your credit means is if you lock your credit, that no new credit can actually be applied to your account until you unlock it. You don't have to pay to unlock it. Unlocking is free. They will do it for you quickly for like an hour. Say, okay, we'll unlock it for an hour. So if you have to buy a car or something like that, you say, okay, let me remember to unlock my credit before you buy the car. And then it will unlock it for an hour and then do your thing and then it relocks it again. Okay, so you just have to carry the information for the website to lock and unlock the credit. So that's the only way you do it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And the one thing that is recommended is before you start locking that you look at the credit report to see if there's any inaccuracies right now. Once you verified that there's no current identity theft, then you lock it. Unlocking costs $10. Are you serious? It says it's free. No, you lock it all the time. It says no cost. So if you're paying for unlocking, you're being scammed by some company doing it for you. If you're paying for it, it says on the government website that it's free. If you have to pay for unlocking, I went to the website myself and it says it's free. Direct to Experian, to Equifax, and so on. Okay, it says it's free. Locked on the websites that I went to Experian and Equifax. I looked at a couple of them, and if you have to pay for it, then there's something wrong because it has to be free. If it's not free, then somebody's scamming in the middle. You must be using some sort of unlocking service, which is charging you money on it. Okay, but from what I know, it's supposed to be free. So that is that doesn't sound right. If you have to pay for it, then you must have signed up for something else. But I looked at the actual website, and no, you can unlock it as many times as you want. And what you do is when you lock it, then the current creditors are okay. They can access your account. Any new creditor would have to be subject to unlocking before they come in. I think California law makes it free, but other states might not have that law. I don't know. It says it's a federal website that says it's free. I looked at the website I looked at was a federal website, and it said it's free. Okay, so if it's not free, then that's new to me. I checked it and it was free. Okay, so that's the only thing that you need. You don't need to pay for anything. Rather than pay for LoveLock for $9.99 a month, instead spend money on a VPN. That's what you really need. This is one of the best ways to protect your identity. This is having a VPN is an important part of protecting your identity, not through having these scammy, useless things that are after the fact. It's like saying, our product will protect you from having an auto accident. How? The only way to protect you from having an auto accident is not to drive. Hello, mega memes. The only way to protect yourself from an auto accident is to not to drive. So if you're driving, then say, we will protect you from an auto accident. You mean that you're providing insurance. Except as LoveLock, what does that insurance do they really provide you? They don't really do much of anything. Okay? Hello, mega memes. So they're not really, as far as I'm concerned, I can't imagine what their value is. Okay, so let's see. My Periscope is kind of hanging here. That's your choice now, not to drive. Okay, so YouTube seems okay. Periscope hung for a moment there. Okay, anybody on Twitch? Let me just before I don't mean to ignore anyone on Twitch here, but I'm not watching the comments on Twitch. There's one viewer on Twitch. Hello to the viewer on Twitch. Whoever's on Twitch, hello. I'm not reading comments on Twitch here, so sorry about that. But thank you for giving me a single viewer on Twitch. I appreciate it. Okay, want to say hello while I'm here on Twitch because I'm gonna move out of here and go back to YouTube. Well, the person is not making a comment, so okay. Do you want me to go to Twitch? No, I do not want you to go to Twitch, but there is a single person live currently on Twitch and unidentified with no comment. Anyway, I will check the comments again later to see if you want to make a comment while you're on Twitch. Otherwise, I prefer you watch on YouTube. So anyway, we are a little not clear on screen. You're a little not clear on screen. I'm not clear on screen. Am I not clear on screen? I like the Twitch. Well, it's all the same. You watch me on Twitch, you watch me on YouTube. They're all the same. But I do have some objections. You seem to be very clear on screen. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I think we're not getting the benefit of the squash because it's not in the middle. You know how it is in Periscope. They want to make sure the squash is right in the middle. Otherwise, they don't think it applies to them. Okay? I don't get squash traffic if it's not in the middle. It's got to be in the Zaki middle because, you know, the way that Periscope handles that. So anyway, as you can see, the only way to protect your privacy is actually to do the things that I talk about to prevent yourself from being doxxed, because doxing is used to do spear phishing attacks, which is used to scam you. And if you don't care about your cybersecurity and you ignore everything I said, unfortunately, fortunately, John, as it turns out, some small number of those people that are clicking on the squash actually stay and watch, and they actually follow me on Periscope. So obviously, it must be working. Yes, 90% of them are just here for the squash, but 10% of those people see the visibility and they come in and they actually end up subscribing to my account. So, and I only get a lot of subscribers when I show the squash on Periscope. So it works. It's stupid, but you know it works. So I'm not gonna go. Yeah. What's up, Trap Star? Okay, so anyway, you need to pay attention to. I have a good one. Okay, Alan. Squash works. So you need to pay attention to some of the stuff I'm telling you about how to protect your security, because the protecting of the security automatically also protects you from identity theft. And this is the way that you actually become proactive in defending yourself, instead of saying that you need some sort of solution that will be supplied to you in the background and it will support you and you don't have to do anything. You know, we are inherently lazy. Okay? Inherently, we don't want to work. We want somebody to do that for us. We want somebody to take care of this, and then you're done. If that's what you want, I have a suggestion for you. If that's what you want, I have a suggestion for you. Go to my Patreon account. I have a Patreon account. You can be a patron to me on patreon.com. And one of the plans there is that if you are a patron of mine, then you can ask me all these cybersecurity questions on Brax.me. And so you can chat with me and say, you know, what about this? What about that? And that is a better service. That is a better service for protecting you from identity theft than subscribing after the fact. Hello, Susie Eve. I saw your post on. You didn't tell us you were going to go on Brax, Susie Eve. You didn't tell us you're going to go on Brax. So I just saw that. So welcome to Brax, Susie Eve. Just come back and chat there, and we'll add you to the group. So people were responding to you, but just go back in there and chat, and we'll add you to the open groups, because you're you just join one of the open public groups, and then we can pass you on to the private groups. Okay. So I'm a boy. We love. I'm not sure. Not sure. I always understand anything that Gil Ribner says, or whatever his original name is from a couple of days ago. Very, very long. I will tomorrow when I put money in my debit card. Thank you, Salvatore. Thank you. So anyway, I have a Patreon account. If you believe in my message, you can kind of you can support me on a Patreon account. You can support me in a Patreon account, and then one of the benefits, depending on the level, is that you can use me as your personal consultant. If you go to the full level, you can the highest level, the third tier, you can actually make me your personal consultant and ask me questions about things in your life and how to protect yourself. You can actually ask me, should I do this? Should I not do this? What's the best way to handle this? How should I receive email? Because there's so many details, and if you want to be babied and told how to do this in a more personal way, then if you subscribe to my if you be a patron at the third tier, I can be your guide. If at the second tier, you can message me in Brax for the VPN service. You can do the VPN service anytime you want. Salvatore, Bytes VPN, it's available to you anytime. Pay money, but I don't want. It's like so Gil Ribner there likes naked women. And he doesn't want to pay money for naked women. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay, so Gil likes naked women but doesn't want to pay money for naked women. Okay, got it. Yeah, I gotta like translate what you're saying there, Gil Ribner. Gotta translate what you're saying. So and if you what people are on YouTube, Salvatore? Gil Ribner is not clear what he just said. I just read what you just said. You said you like naked women, but you don't want to pay money for them. Okay. And then you put question marks. Is that not what you said? Okay, if it's not what you said, then I'm not sure what you said. I'm just reading what you're saying here. I remember your spelling like it happened yesterday. Yes. Sorry, continue. Okay, so I actually think that identity theft and scamming, the scam that I experienced the last few days, and all the scamming calls I get, are getting more and more sophisticated. It's amazing how they're going to victimize a lot of you. So let's just talk about for a minute, because a lot of you are going to be victimized by these scams, because you don't know if it's legit or not. And I can smell the scam from a mile away. So I tell you again the story that happened to me. So I was eating in a restaurant, having a nice lunch, and this guy calls me up on the phone. This is why I don't answer my phone anymore. Calls me up on the phone and says, listen, and then I can't remember. I think he used my name. I couldn't remember, but that's part of the way to do it, is to actually get your name first and get your brother's name as well. Okay? And then, or names of members of your family. So he called me and says, listen, Rob, your brother was in an accident. And my first reaction is, what accident? Stop, he says. Don't talk. Stop talking and just listen. Your brother was in an accident, a serious accident. Don't be talking right now. I'm explaining it to you. And then he after a few words of that, I hung up. I said, "Zuck you, pump." You don't have to put down a handset because we don't have a handset so we just use the phone. And we say, "What? Oh, Zuck you, bye." I didn't even say bye. Well, that's John. That is the way that they scam now. They always have your name. It's so easy now to get phone numbers and names. I'll tell you many sources for phone numbers and names. That's very important to live live future. Okay, just understand what I'm saying here. They have your name. They're going to call you. At the minimum, they have your name and phone number. That's the minimum. Okay, but they may have your name. They may have your name, your phone number, and the name of your relative. Okay, this is done either by phone call. Another way this is done is by email. Someone will email and say they found you on Facebook. By the way, that's how they find you. They find you on Facebook, and then they look at your open Facebook account. For those of you who just love being on Facebook because you have nothing to worry about, you are the main target of this. So they go to Facebook, get your name on Facebook, get your city, and then from that, often they will be able to get your phone number from various sources, many sources of the phone numbers. What do you attribute to that event? A hack, Kelp. I just told you, Equifax. Okay, so they have. So what are the sources of this information for your name, your phone number? Well, Facebook. That's number one. So I go to Kelp's account. I look at Kelp's information. I find his real name on there because it's on Facebook. I get his city, and he talks about his life so much. Then I can say, okay, let me search you on Intellius or Spokio or Axiom and find out your actual name and address. And because I can verify that with your date of birth, I know who you are, and so now I got you. I have your name, date of birth. That's enough to scam. So that's scam number one. That's scam style number one. Just go to Facebook. Okay. Scam style number two is to get the databases of the hacked databases. This is widely available on the dark web, so you can get a copy of the Equifax scam, the Equifax hack, which has your name, your address, your phone number, your social security number. So that's it doesn't matter. They'll tell you, are you this person on this PO box? And you say, yes, that's my address. The only purpose of the getting the information about your address and name is to make you know that they know who you are, in which case then you're saying, hey, I'm real. I, the scammer, am a real scammer. I mean, I'm a real person. I'm not a scammer. Okay? That's why when collectors call me, actually, there was a legit collector call, and it was actually a dispute. I mean, it was a dispute. It wasn't even real. But it was legit, but that was the only legit one that I ever got. In most cases, they're 99% not legit, and often if they're legit, there will be some paperwork to back it up. You get the paperwork at some point. Okay, but if you get a call, and they will just make sure that you do not fall for this. If you get a call saying there's a scam, I mean there's a problem with your credit or whatever, and they're gonna give you your name, your address. I'll give you an example of a scam. Kelp, I already told you, Equifax, they already have that. Are you not familiar with the Equifax hack, Kelp? Is that what you're telling me? All of us exist in the Equifax hack. So if your information there is up to date, then you're on Equifax. They hacked Equifax, and what do you think is on Equifax? Your name, your address, your birth date, your phone number, and your credit cards. Okay, so this is a example scam that just happened recently, and just listen to the scam, and you will see how easily you can get tricked here. Okay, so somebody calls you and says, "Is this Mr. Braxman?" Yes, Mr. Braxman. Is your full name Rob Braxman? Yes. Do you live at 123 Main Street in Los Angeles? Yes. And this is your phone number? Yeah, I called you on your phone number. Yeah. And we're from Community Bank Credit Company, and we are issued your credit card. Do you remember? Do you not? Do you do know you have a credit card with our company? Yes. And if you check your credit card, you will see that our phone number is the same phone number as the one shown on your credit card. And you look at your credit card, you pull that out of your wallet, and yeah, that's correct. 800 phone number. Yeah, you're in fact calling from the same number as the number shown on my card. Okay. So, sir, we have evidence that there's some suspicious activity on your account. So we need to verify a few things in order to handle this. Okay. Whatever I can do to help. Okay. So first, let's verify. Is your credit card the credit card number ending in 3921? And you look at the credit card and you say, yes, that's my credit card number ending in 3921. Okay, good. So, and just to verify, what is the expiration date on that card, sir? And you read the card. It says 321 is the expiration date. Oh, okay. 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 So, sir, based on this information, what we need to do is cancel this credit card, and we will issue you a new credit card. Is that okay, sir? Because we need to fix this problem with the illegal use of your credit card, because you apparently didn't use it. They have the rest of the numbers, Angel. They have the rest of the numbers. They could have read you the whole number. Okay, and you said, okay, that sounds good. Okay, so give me a new credit card. Okay, so we'll process the credit card now, sir. So we'll process the credit card now. Now, and what is your PIN number, sir? What is your PIN number? And then you start asking, why are they asking me for my PIN number? Why are you asking me for my PIN number? Sir, we're going to put the PIN number on the new card so that you don't have to worry about it. So we will transfer the PIN number to the new card. So what is your current PIN number? Thank you, Retta. What is your current PIN number? And then you tell them your PIN number. Okay, that's correct. That is your PIN number. That's correct, sir. You gave us the correct PIN number, so now we verified it's you. We are going to send you the new credit card. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your help, and we will resolve this, and we'll cancel out all the charges on your credit card from that suspicious activity. Okay, bye. Okay. It's not too late on Twitter, Retta, but if you're in Zuckbook, you're zucked up. You have to break the identity connection. It's hard to do it. It's hard to do it, especially if you're talking politics on Facebook. But try anyway. You can do it easily on Twitter. Twitter is fortunately easy to do that. Okay, so Susie Eve. So now listen to what I just said here. And you start to realize that, Zuck, what just happened there? What just happened, guys, is they already had a bunch of fake credit cards with credit card numbers, addresses, and all that. And this is how they got that. Okay, this is how they got it. They go to the restaurants and vendors, anywhere you use your credit card, and they scan. They use the device to scan the information from your credit card as you're charging. They basically intercept the credit card information when you're using it to do a transaction. So they actually get the name, the credit card number, and all that, but they don't have the PIN. Skimmer. There you go. Okay? But they don't have the PIN number. So how do they get the information about you? They fucking dox you first. So some people said, oh, your stupid doxing video is not useful. I don't get doxed. Sorry. All of you are getting fucking doxed every day. This is the number one use of doxing. This is the number one use of doxing. Yes, you can call that 800 number again on the back of it and verify what just happened. Yes, Angel, but you're not going to do it until later. Okay, so the problem with a skimmer, the skimmer just gets, and the old way of doing the skimming was they get a copy of your transaction, your credit transaction slip. They get a copy of that, and they have your name and all that on there, and then they reuse the number with your name on it. So all they need is a PIN. So if they need to get a PIN, then all they have to do is dox you. They'll dox you, and if you're on social media, it's easy to verify, and they can dox you on social media. They can do it from India. They don't have to be here in the U.S. Okay, so they dox you. They do the skimming. Somebody in India can go do the doxing for you. They can have mass doxers, a community of people who actually gives you. I just gave you the scenario, Susie Eve, and because of how convincing the process was, most people, including people who are security experts, fell for it. I just gave you a tip here that will save you. This was actually done. This was done a few months ago. I know, again, Susie Eve, if you've listened to the scenario, they built your trust first. Let me start again, Susie Eve, because you're thinking that somehow you're not going to be scammed by this. It's very easy to scam. Let me just, again, tell you exactly how it starts. Susie Eve, let's say Susie your last name and Eve is your last name. Susie, so Susie Eve. So you get a call and says, is this Susie Eve? Yes, this is Susie Eve. Are you residing at 123 Main Street, which is where you live? Where you live, Susie Eve. You live on 123 Main Street in Los Angeles. He said, yes, that is my address. So now you're saying, oh, okay, somebody knows my address. Okay? Susie Eve, again, you didn't pay attention to the scenario. Okay? Okay, so now you build trust because they know your name, your address. Okay? You think that if somebody knows your name and address, that that's information. They may even know your birth date. So where is your birth date? 1101. Yeah, my birth date is 1101. Yeah, that's me. Okay, so we confirmed your identity. Now let me just confirm your phone number again. Is this? We called you in your phone number, so we know that. I'm calling you from the Credit Bank. The Credit Bank of Ohio. I'm calling you from the Credit Bank of Ohio, and you have a credit card with us, Susie Eve, and you said, yes, I have a credit card with you. If you pull out your credit card, please, you can see that we're calling from the phone number on the credit card. So you look at the back of the credit card, and there's a phone number on it. It matches the number they're using. So now you pretty much entirely trust that you're actually being called by the Credit Bank of Ohio. What did I say? Credit something. Credit Bank of Ohio. Okay, so you're being called by the Credit Bank of Ohio. And you pretty much know that because they know your information. Even your birth date. So now they're going to say, okay, let me, is this your credit card number? And then they read your entire, 555-11111-3921. Is that your credit card number? And you're looking at your credit card number and you say, yep, that's correct. That is my credit card number. And and just for verification, please give me the expiration date on your credit card numbers, Ms. Eve. And you say, okay, it's 0321. So you're not suspicious. You just gave them the expiration date. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you why I'm calling Miss Susie Eve. There's been some suspicious activity on your account. Suspicious activity on your account. So we need to take care of that. And what we'll do is close this account down, and then we'll issue you a new credit card. Are you okay with that, Susie Eve? Are you okay with that, Susie Eve? So at this moment, nothing suspicious seemingly has happened yet. Well, they got your expiration date, but nothing is suspicious yet. It looks pretty legit. Okay? So then they say, okay, we will cancel your credit card and issue you a credit card, and we'll ship the credit card to your address at 123 Main Street, Los Angeles. And you listen to that and said, okay, makes sense. Cancel the account, and then we'll move on. So nothing is suspicious right there. I haven't done anything suspicious. And it's like give and take. You give me some, I give some. You gave me the credit card, the expiration date, that's all I gave you, and so it looks legit. So you have all of my credit card info. Everything looks good. Okay? And so now that you kind of relax, okay, everything is cool now. They're just going to give me a new credit card. And so, okay, bear with me, ma'am. We're going to go, check, process. Hold on a second while I issue you your new credit card. And what is your current PIN number, ma'am? Say, why? Why do you need that? Oh, because we're going to put the same PIN number in the new card. It actually sounds legit, people. It sounds legit. You're going to get a new card, put the new PIN on there. It makes sense. It makes sense. So actually, a lot of people got scammed by this. Okay? A lot of people got scammed by this. So anytime that you have a case like this and it doesn't sound right, the first thing you should do is say, let me call you back. Let me call you back. So once you call them back, then the scam ends. Okay? Anytime you have doubt, all you have to say is, let me call you back. You're not going to know that, Great Gold. Just say, let me call you back. If you have any kind of doubt, just say, let me call you back. Scam ends. Very simple. Okay? Very simple fix. Because they can fake the phone number they're calling from. That can be spoofed. They could have doxed you with all the information they know about you already. They may know even your family members. They may have gotten your credit info from Equifax. They may have done a skimming attack, skimming credit card information, and your only protection is saying, I'll call you back. And now their scam is zocked. Scam is zocked. So I don't I don't believe anything that I get on the phone, which is why I actually don't answer my phone. Some people are very mad at me because they call me and I don't answer the phone. So if you call me, it just goes to voicemail, and then I will judge for myself after it's transcribed by the voicemail if it's worthy of a response. Otherwise, I don't respond at all to my email. You just drank milk, skimmed from the top. I never answer unknown phone numbers. I do not answer unknown phone numbers. As it turns out on my phone, 90% of my calls are from unknown phone numbers. The rest are texts. So pretty much I don't even, get a call from people. Usually I just get texts. So if I'm going to get a call, it better be a good reason, because I get a lot of abroad calls. Well, you're from different countries, Salvatore. So that makes sense. That actually makes sense from you, because you probably have a US phone too, right? You're like from so many different places. So anyway, if someone calls you from anonymous number, what info? Watch into Periscope. They have new tools in the setting. Maybe you can see this. If some called from watch into Periscope. They have new tools in the setting. Maybe you can see this. New tools for. What does that have to do with someone calling you from an anonymous number? I'm so confused. Who calls you from an anonymous number and who provides the tools? Periscope? Periscope has no tools. I don't know what you're saying. Periscope has tools for anonymous phone numbers? Not that I know of. Spoofing any phone number. You can spoof a phone number, yes. But, yeah, you can spoof a phone number. In fact, they do that. Thy got application. They got an application. Yes, but that you said Periscope. Yes, there's an application there's an app for doing that. Yes. I think he wants you to try call-in feature from Periscope, new feature. App. You mean to call in, and they then the phone number. Usually you can do it from a what do you call this? Well, there's apps that you can use to spoof. You can use some apps to spoof phone numbers. That's one. You can call from a computer and let the computer spoof the phone number, voice over IP. So they can do that too. So very glitchy update on Periscope. I actually did get a phone call 2 weeks ago, and I heard all the Indian accents in the background. And you said, zucked up. I don't know, India is getting a bad rap for, the scamming. This is like, if India used to be well known for doing legit tech support and legit calls. And India is getting known now for being, the place that handles the scamming. And so they're kind of losing market share because of that. I mean, it's such a negative image, for goodness sakes. The moment you hear an Indian accent, you're automatically thinking we're going to be scammed here. You don't even have to think about it. You hear Indian accent and you say scam time. Okay, scam time. I want a Slurpee. So do I. So do I in Terramire. But that's where the company was caught and shut down. That's the company that did the Microsoft technical support. That was caught and shut down, yes. Cannot use the new feature called because he's using OBS multicasting. Correct. I don't use that feature from Periscope that does that as call-in because I'm running on YouTube and Twitch and all that. And I'm not just using Periscope. I'm using OBS. Telespoof. There you go. Sniper's telling us the name of the app. It's called Telespoof, but there's actually several, so there's many of them. Many of them. There's some that are just using it for anonymizing your phone number, but to actually fake it with an actual number, you need some other program for that. And unfortunately, India is the new Nigeria. Yeah, and that's really sad, because they can be, they can be legitimately be doing outsourced tech support, and instead it's turning into outsourced scamming. Low on content tonight or YouTube? Low on content tonight, Rob, or is YouTube wearing you out? What the fuck are you saying, Salvatore? You don't want to hear what I'm talking about? Suck. Salvatore doesn't like to hear about what I'm talking about with the scamming. So I guess you didn't want to hear me talk about India and all this. Okay, so Salvatore, is anyone interested in what I'm talking about? If this is not important to you, then we'll go talk about hacking. So I want to inform you about things. This is all connected. Everything that I talk about, because what I was telling you yesterday was about doxing, right? So yesterday I was talking about doxing, and now I'm connecting the fact that doxing is actually used to scam you. So the more sophisticated scams are based on doxing information. I told you how to dox somebody last night. So if I want to get sophisticated scamming attacks, I can do it from doxing. So let me tell you about this other scam that my brother experienced on Facebook. This was done from Facebook. Okay, this was done from Facebook. This was a scam, again done by doxing. Thank you, Res 7. Salvatore is like, I don't need to know this. I'm gonna go now. Okay, so this particular scam came from doxing. I'm trying to connect the doxing to the scamming. That's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so my brother had this happen to him. So basically his friends, so he was doxed. My brother was doxed on Facebook. So they got all of his information. And he has a big following. He's he's a leader of a group, and he has a big following. And this is why he'll never leave Zuckbot. And the attack didn't happen to him. What happened was using his information, and I told you how to do this. It's called Friends of Friends. You can do that on Facebook. Find Friends of, Rob Braxton's brother. And then it shows the names of the people who are Rob Braxton's brother's friends. Okay, and then you get their names and try to get their email, which is actually pretty easy to do on Facebook. So to get the email, so once you get their email address, if they're not openly showing it anyway, because many people do, a lot of people show their email. So they get the email addresses, and they know they're all connected to my brother. Okay, and my brother is their leader, so they're connected to him, and they look up to him, and think whatever he says is important. So what they did then is the scammer sent an email out to many of his followers on Facebook, and he has thousands and thousands of followers or friends, and the email said that I'm stuck in Saudi Arabia or some, I think they use some Arab country. I'm stuck in Saudi Arabia and I need help. I've been detained here in Saudi Arabia and I need help. Please send me some money to this. Send me some money to help me so that I can, resolve this issue in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so that's the way they do it. They say you're out of town, one, and you're, and the only way to solve this is, through email, because I don't have a phone. I can't do the phone right now, so I'm doing this by email. Okay, so and that's a scam. And then people then started, sending him money on, whatever it was, PayPal or whatever it was, and sending him money through that to help him go through his difficulties in Saudi Arabia. And then, of course, he was not in Saudi Arabia. And he found out about this because somebody called him and said, we got this email saying you're in Saudi Arabia and whatever, and it's a scam. And he actually showed me the email, and unfortunately they don't know how to read read information on the email, because I said I need the actual original email, because from there I can, find the Zucker within 6 zucking feet. But they don't know how to do that, so they never were able to send me the information. But okay, Jojo Nurse. Good night, Jojo Nurse. It's late for you. So they were able to get they were not able to send me the email. But if I saw the email, you know what I could have done with that? I could have actually found the scammer within 6 zucking feet. If they're not good at hiding themselves, and most of them are not good at that. But that's an example of a scam based on doxing. Again, trying to connect this to what I just taught you last night. This is a scam based on doxing. So the doxing, the doxing is the base is. I told you last night how important to hide your identity, not use your real name, social media, and on and on. What did I teach you last night to protect yourself from doxing? Okay, 1, do not use your real name in social media. 2, have a VPN. 3, leave Facebook. 4, use browser isolation. You could not have been participating in this scam. The scam would not have hit you at all if you had those 4. No way. Because this was a Facebook specific scam. Do you see how difficult it is to scam you if you're not on Facebook? They'd have to scam you some other way. But, a big chunk of the scams will not work just by not being on Facebook. Here's another scam, by the way. This one is this actually happens on Facebook a lot. Somebody befriends you on Facebook. And then so this in fact the story I never gave my real name on Facebook. If you never gave your real name on Facebook, your relatives have your real name, so you're still Zuck, because they will connect your relatives to you. Do not call .zuv. Do not call .gov. That doesn't do anything. I'm on that list. Doesn't do anything at all. The do not call list? Nope. I think they're scamming me from the do not call list. I think they're actually using it. Instagram. Gil, you need to speak slowly and be clear with your English. Is your English very bad? Do you not speak English well, Gil? Because I'm trying to understand half of what you're saying, and it's but your English is so bad. I'm not sure I understand. English is not. You're not good at English. What country are you from, Gil? What country are you from? So, what was I saying? So this person on Periscope actually, got into. This is his grandma. His grandma is like 50, so very young grandma. Okay, his grandma was like 50, and the grandma met somebody on Facebook, and then fell in love, I guess, with this scammer then asked her for money, and then disappears. You're from Israel? Are you watching from Israel right now? So scam for money, and then of course the scammer disappears once you ask for money. I mean, I don't know. I need to harden each and every one of you. If there's any service I can do to save you money, it will be to harden you to recognize a scam. I've never fallen for a scam. Not only have I never fallen for a scam, nobody has ever picked my pocket or anything like that. It's just never happened, because I'm just too aware for that to happen. I've never been I've never been mugged, robbed, or anything in public. And just in case you think I just stay in safe places, no. I was hanging around in New York City back in the day when New York was kind of dangerous, and I would go on parts of New York that you would consider kind of sleazy. And I never have a problem. I'm always aware of where I am. I go in the subway. I'm very aware of who's around me, who's near me, just never been exposed to it. And I certainly don't look scary. I certainly don't look scary, but they just they know that you're not a good target because you're too aware. So I want to train you to be like this, because some of this information that I give you will pay you back. You'll get the payback when you don't get scammed. Always be aware of your surroundings. Well, always be aware of your internet surroundings. Always be aware. This is the takeaway for tonight, guys. This is the takeaway for tonight. So I want to summarize this doxing, scamming business in a clear way. Okay. This is the takeaway from tonight. Scams on the internet get more sophisticated now because they actually have pre-dox you. They pre-dox you. So don't assume that just because they know your information, it doesn't mean they're legit. They may know information about you based on doxing. That's why they leave messages on your phone with your real name on there and your real phone number, and you start to wonder if this is real. That's called doxing. So they've doxed you before they do the attack. It's called spear phishing. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that, and if you're aware of that, then you will be a little bit safer. Again, the following rules, if applied, will prevent you from being the victim of doxing, which will then translate to prevent you from being the victim of scamming. Again, what are the 4 things that we talked about? Do not use your real name on social media. Use a VPN. Leave Zucking Zuckbook. Use browser isolation. If you don't know what any of this means, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube account, and there are many videos that explain some of what I'm talking about. So please subscribe to my internet channel, Rob Braxman Tech, and the videos. There are several videos there that talk about what browser to use. That's going to teach you about this thing called browser isolation. There's even videos there on how to set your passwords up. There's videos there on talking about a VPN. There's Tor. There's videos on talking about Facebook and some of the dangers of Facebook, and on and on. There's so many videos there about contact lists. That's another one of the sources of information. You remember the scam I told you a moment ago about my brother and how somebody got information from emails and all that, and then they attacked each of the persons and started to scam them for money. That can happen easily from a contact list upload. If you upload a contact list, it has your name, your information. Shocking guy. That I have a video on contact lists. Explain that. So if you upload a contact list and the app sells that contact list, or that gets acquired by some third party, you are zucked, because the contacts has your email address, your phone number, your name, and the name of your contacts. So they know everyone is connected to each other. So they can then send an email to everyone on that list and then scam them all. So never upload a contact list. Never. Very, very bad idea. Okay? People are uploading contact lists with your name on it. So unfortunately, you can't control this, but don't be the one supplying the information. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And Periscope, they have a map to enter location, to where location. No, your location on Periscope is based on the information on your phone. It takes the location from your phone location. Right, it takes the location from your phone. Your phone reveals your information on your location within 6 feet if you allow it. This phone will tell you the your exact location within 6 feet if you allow it. FYI. So there's also a location video that talks about that. Okay? There's a location video that talks about that. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will have a lot of the stuff that I talk about. And yeah, baby, don't do it. Might come find you. You can turn off location on Periscope if you broadcast. Yes, like for example, I don't use locations unless I'm in the middle of the ocean. If I'm in the middle of the ocean, I actually show you my location because it's fun. Mine tells me my exact house, never mind 6 feet. Yes, of course, Salvatore. It will tell you what part of the house you're in. It will tell you if you're in the back of the house or the front of the house at any given moment. It's, you know, it's that precise. So guys, the ocean is level. The ocean is level, and the ocean is, and in the ocean, I'm never in the same spot. Whatever spot my location happens to be, momentarily I won't be in that spot anymore. So you're not going to get information on the ocean, especially when there are thousands of people on the ocean at the same time. I love to go to the Trump Tower in the laptop, Trump to sea level. I love to go to Tower Trump in the laptop. Online form for buying a product. You enter your name and the rest is filled in for you. Eagle soars. That's a good question, and you really should turn that off. It's called form fill. I never ever say this on my broadcast. I'm going to tell you right now. Never ever use form fill or password fill or store passwords on your browser. Never ever do that. Disable that. I never use that. Turn off form fill, password saving on a browser. You can go into settings and turn that off. And here's the reason why. That's actually used by phishing programs. Okay, so you go to a website and they pop you a screen with your name, address, and all that, and automatically your form fill will pre-fill it. Okay, it will pre-fill your name, address, all that, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I haven't hit send yet, or I haven't yet hit submit, so I'm okay." Wrong. I can write JavaScript so that when it pops and it autofills, I could have captured the information before you do anything else. Just so you know. If you go to a website and you type something, you do not have to hit any button. I can actually capture the information as it's filled out by the form fill, autofill, whatever it's called in the browser. And I could capture that information and then store that, and that's part of a phishing attack. I never remember to say this. This is actually a very common attack. Very, very common attack. I remember once I did this. This is just to show you the difficulties here. Okay, I was filling out a FAFSA form. In case you don't know what a FAFSA form is, a FAFSA form is an application for to show if for student loans. If you're going to go get a student loan, you fill out a FAFSA form. So every year you fill out a FAFSA form, okay, for the student loan. So I went to the website, I thought, for FAFSA form, and I started filling it out, and I didn't realize that this is what I did, and this is the stupidity of what I did, guys. Okay? I searched the internet for FAFSA, and then the FAFSA thing came out. I started filling out the data because I wasn't paying attention, and then I get to the end as I was about to submit, and I already put in social security number, name, address, all of that, income information, and so on and so forth. And I was about to hit submit, and then it says, pay $10 or whatever it was to submit the form. That they're a FAFSA service. So it was a FAFSA submission service of some sort. And, and I said, I am zucked, because this is a basic way of doing a phishing attack. I can make a bunch of fake FAFSA websites, and even if you don't hit submit, I could capture the information that's been taken so far and store it and use it for identity theft. And I don't think they actually, nothing happened from that. I did not get scammed. So maybe they were legit, that they were actually, you hit the send button before they do it. But a phishing attack could have gotten that information at that point. That could have been a really bad moment. So I think that's one of the few times that I almost got really zucked. And I just almost got zucked. And maybe I just got lucky break there that I did not get zucked with that. But that was a zucking mistake. And so be careful, guys. The internet is not a forgiving place. Make sure that you look at the top header and look at the certificate to make sure you're actually talking to the correct website. Look at the certificate. Click on the lock button on top. Check the certificate to make sure you're actually talking to the government website or whatever it is you're talking to, because it's very easy to emulate somebody and say, you do a Google search on something and something comes up and it's not the website in question, but something that is related to it. And Google pops it up and then it turns out to be a scam. Oh my gosh. There's so many ways to make money on by scamming on the internet, guys. It's actually easy. It's actually easy. It's lucky for you I'm not in that business, but my gosh, it's like I have a Galaxy and Android phone. Yeah, Gil Ribner, you have to really try to spell better, because it's really difficult to understand you with your. Are you dictating this? Is that how it's? Are you dictating it, Gil? Is that how you're doing this? Are you dictating your comments? Maybe that's why it's such bad spelling. Maybe you're doing dictation. I just want to make sure, because that seems to be because it's very, very hard to understand what you're saying. Hold on a second here. Let me hide that. So anyway, I hope that this this, I just wanted to tie up the subject matter of I just want to I want to tie up the subject matter of doxing and how doxing is used now in connection with scamming. So doxing is now connected to scamming, and if you're trying to protect yourself from scamming, then you have to protect yourself from doxing. And some of the ways that they scam you are straight from the doxing book. Okay? So in a sense, identity theft is also connected to doxing. So all of this are all connected. And if you protect yourself the way I tell you, then the risk to you will be reduced. So some of you say, well, I have nothing to hide. I don't really care about all of this. yeah, you will be a nice target for scamming and doxing and all of this and identity theft. So again, to close it out, 4 tips to avoid doxing. 4 tips to avoid doxing. Number 1, don't use your real name on the internet, on social media. Don't use your real name on social media. Number 2, use a VPN. Bytes VPN is right there. Go to that website and figure out how to get a VPN. Okay? Have a VPN. Number 3, leave Facebook. If I could preserve Facebook for you because you love Facebook so much, I would try to do it, but I don't really know of a solution. You cannot be safe with Facebook. No way. Impossible. Your risks are I would say your risks are amplified 5 times just by being on Facebook. So, zuck that. And last, use my technique called browser isolation, which is on my video. Follow my account on YouTube. It's called Rob Braxman Tech, and learn about some of the stuff I talk about, and watch my videos, and you will learn from that. So follow my account, Rob Braxman. Subscribe to my account, Rob Braxman Tech on YouTube. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Have you seen Green Book yet? What is Green Book, Mr. Compton? What is Green Book? Can't keep up with new stuff coming at me constantly here. What is Green Book? Am I missing something here? I don't know what Green Book is. Oh, it's a movie. Won Best Picture Oscars. Okay, no. No, I haven't seen that. Okay, third time question by Bytes VPN. When running cuts Office 365, don't care about Outlook, I use Thunderbird, but I use OneNote. Whenever VPN is running Office, says I'm offline. Russ, here's the problem with Windows. Here's the problem with Windows, Russ. Windows knows you're in a VPN. Russ, Windows knows you're in a VPN. I mean, it just sucked up. I don't know how to deal with it. In fact, even when you change users on Windows, like you want to add a user or anything like that, it always connects to the internet. Or if you use the Windows, the Microsoft Store, it always checks to see if you're in a VPN. Now, how does it know you're in a VPN? Because it's Windows. Windows knows you're running the tap driver. So there's no escape because Windows knows there's a VPN running because it just checks the tap driver. So what I do when I'm doing that, I turn off the VPN to allow Microsoft to do whatever it needs to do, and I turn it back on. It is really zucked up. We need to zuck and complain to Microsoft about it. It's such a stupid thing. Okay? So yes, it is a problem, they're using it for some sort of authentication. I don't know what it's for, but it's no, tap driver is the driver that's used for all VPNs. All VPNs use what is called a tap driver. Okay, all VPNs use a tap driver. So this is I don't have a solution for this because Windows knows that it's running. Okay, Windows knows it's running, so there's no way around that. It doesn't need to know your IP address or anything. It already knows your IP address. It's sucking Windows. Windows knows all that. So anyway, I don't have a solution for that. No one has a solution for that. No VPN can get around that. So it's so what I do is I don't do anything. I stop what I'm doing. I turn off the VPN until it goes through that, and then I turn the VPN back on. Okay? So if I need to go to the Microsoft Store, turn off the VPN as it's trying to validate, and then I can turn it on pretty much immediately after. Okay, so momentarily. So this has nothing to do with detecting your VPN. Salvatore, Microsoft will support it in April. And I don't know about the other OSs, but it's going to take the end of the year before you even have devices. Okay, guys. So okay, Russ. See you guys later. See you guys tomorrow. And again, to remind you, I have a Patreon account. Go check that out, patreon.com, Rob Braxman, and see all the different things in there that can turn me into your own security consultant, or you get a Byte Store plan. So check that out on patreon.com and subscribe to my YouTube account, Rob Braxman Tech on YouTube. Okay, good night, folks.